4 years ago, I began placing God's calendar code on YouTube. My first video was titled, God's Calendar Code Deciphered. Later, I added several videos relating to Jesus' resurrection. These videos have revealed several of the patterns that God has used in his involvement in significant past events. These patterns have not only verified the existence of God, but have also revealed his deep involvement in our world's affairs in both past and present time. Evidence of God's involvement in present time can be seen on this chart of China. In AD 1912, on February 12, 1912, China proclaimed a republic. This was a significant event. February 12 was the 50th day prior to Nisan 14, the anniversary date of Jesus' crucifixion, and the 60th day prior to Nisan 24, the anniversary date of Daniel's vision. It was also the 80th day, 240-day periods prior to Yah 14, the date in Old Testament times of the Paschal sacrifice in the second month for those unable to attend the Passover festival in Nisan. No, Nisan 1 occurred within 24 hours of the vernal equinox. Nisan 1, March 20, Wednesday. Vernal equinox, March 21, Thursday. October 1, 1949, formation of the People's Republic of China. October 1 was the 120th day, 340-day periods after Pentecost, Friday, 7/7. October 25, 1971, China admitted to the United Nations. October 25 was the 120th day, ordinal count, 340-day periods after Tammuz 5, June 28, 1971. It was on Tammuz 5 that Ezekiel received his magnificent vision from God, chapter 1, in 593 BC. Because of time constraints, I cannot discuss all of the patterns in these sections. I'm only going to zero in on the 40-day periods. 40-day period here, a 340-day period here, and another 340-day period there. There are 8 40-day periods. These 40-day periods are evidence of God's involvement, because about 5,000 years ago, Noah entered the ark, and his family, and the animals, and the door was sealed, and it rained deluge for 40 days. Many years later, in 1486 BC, the Lord stood upon the summit of Mount Sinai, summoned Moses to the Mount Sinai, and Moses remained 40 days. The Lord led the Israelites through the wilderness for many years, and it turned out to be 40 years. And finally, Jesus' temptation in AD 26 occurred for 40 days and 40 nights. Because of time constraints, I cannot deal with all of the information in this chart in all 3 sections. So I'm going to concentrate mainly on the 40-day periods. As I've indicated, 40-day periods shows God's involvement in history. This event, China proclaimed a republic, was 2 40-day periods. Formation of the People's Republic of China, 3 40-day periods. And China admitted to the United Nations, 3 40-day periods. In each one of these events, God was involved in present-day history. On July 27, 1976, a large earthquake in Tangshan, China, 255,000 deaths. July 27 was the 80th day ordinal count, 2 40-day periods after Yah 10, the date in Old Testament time. The sacrificial lambs were selected in the second month for those who are unable to participate in the Nisan Passover events. July 27 was the 70th day ordinal count after Yah 20, the anniversary date of when the Lord lifted the cloud from above the tabernacle of the testimony, and the Israelites departed from Sinai. The 70-day period reveals more evidence of God's involvement in history. In 1492, Christopher Columbus left Palos, Spain on August 3rd, and Cardinal Count, October 12, the 70th day, he arrived in the New World. To bring you up to date, in 2001, there were two significant dates. One was September 11, the destruction of the World Trade Center, and also July 4th. July 4th, counting ordinal count, was the first day, July 5th, the second day, July 6th, the third day. Ordinal count, we find that September 11 was the 70th day. January 1, 1979, China and the United States established normal diplomatic relation. January 1 was the 80th day, ordinal count, two 40-day periods prior to the date of the vernal equinox, March 21, 1979. This set of two 40-day periods now represents 12 40-day periods in 5 events in China. January 1 was also the 153rd day ordinal count prior to Sivan 7, the day of Pentecost. This is a special number. The great Master, the God of heaven himself and Savior, came to earth, and one day he walked to the shore and saw his disciples sitting in the boat waiting for the net to fill with fish. And he called out, "Have you caught any fish?" "No, we have not caught any fish." "Cast the net on the other side of the vessel." Just about immediately, possibly immediately, the net was filled. They struggled and brought the net to shore. They counted exactly 153 fish. This number is composed of 3 40-day periods, also 33 years, which is the length of time Jesus was on earth. This is a special number. It was written only once in the Bible. May 12, 2008, large earthquake in Sichuan, China, thousands killed. I have not recorded a number because I've had 2 different sources. One said 22,000 and the other said 69,000. And I don't know which is more correct. But May 12 fell on Sivan 7, the day of Pentecost. That was no accident. That was no coincidence. It's God's involvement in China's events. This chart of China, with its 15 40-day period and Pentecost pattern, clearly reveals God's involvement in present-day China events. Thank you for watching. For those interested, these are my footnotes and sources that support my material. Thank you.